Hello everyone. Welcome back to the show. It's me, the Guna Tokes. It's Thursday. It's the day after the night before. We got the 3 points. Easy. Madueke gets 2. Martinelli gets 1. Check out my match reaction if you want to find out what I really thought of the game. But today is all about giving Madueke his flowers. You get me? But first of all, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe with me. Loads of you have subscribed recently, so thanks a lot for that. Help me keep growing the community. Let's do it together. And let's jump straight into it because yesterday was a big night for our attack. All right? We haven't been really firing on all cylinders when it comes to our attack recently. And so having Madueke finding his shooting boots is really, really important. To be honest, that guy was doing incredibly well before he got injured. It was so unfortunate that just as Saka came back, he got injured. And so guess what we had to do? Overplay Saka, right? Usual stuff of the injuries affecting, this domino effect that I spoke about in my other video. But Madueke looks back, and it was so good, so important that we gave Saka a bit of a rest yesterday. He needs to share that position with Madueke, especially when Madueke comes on and performs like that. This guy is a chaos merchant. That is exactly what we need. We need somebody who's going to drive into the box. Like his first thought when he gets the ball is to just go at the defenders. Go at the defenders, get into the box as much as possible, get as many touches in the box as possible, try and get a goal, try and get an assist. That's what his game's all about. So he is going to be crucial now in helping us, fire in this next part of the season, really. It's really hard when you're having to just play the same players all the time and you're not able to change formations, you're not able to give players a rest. So for me, Noni Madueke coming back into the team is massive. It's a whole different dimension that we don't really have. Maybe Martinelli does something kind of similar on the left, but nothing like Madueke. No one in our front line is quite as direct in the way Madueke is. Even Saka isn't that direct when you're comparing him to Madueke. So for me, this guy is going to really turbocharge our attack now. It's good. We've got Gyökeres coming back. Fantastic news. Martinelli getting a goal. Fantastic news. But Madueke is the guy that I really thought would really give some diversity to our attack, give some thrust to our attack, and just, like I said, bring chaos in that final third. It's what we need. We need that element of unpredictability. As amazing as Saka is, players are a little bit wise to some of the things he does, even though they are, many times it's hard to stop him despite that. And so it's really great that we're now going to have this alternative in Madueke coming in. And they are going to start sharing some minutes. Saka, star boy, but Madueke just has something different. I really rate him highly. His close control is great. He doesn't mind trying to beat a player, which is great. And he's got a finish on him, which is also great. Like we saw yesterday, that goal he banged in from outside the box. Fantastic finish. And then the header, poacher's finish. Do you know what I mean? So he's got so much in his locker. If you look at what his coaches and people who've worked with him and helped him in his career, what they say about him, they see his ceiling as being so high. And so do I really. I really think that he can challenge Saka for that position in a very realistic way, which is why I think the best thing is for them to share that position between themselves, so that, hey, if someone's in form, they're going to play. If someone needs a break, they're going to step out. And this is now for Arteta to manage their minutes. Do you know what I mean? Really good that he made some rotations in the starting lineup yesterday. Also good that he brought players off at about 60, 65 minutes, freshen things up, make sure you're keeping the minutes as low as possible for some of those key players, especially in positions where you can afford to make those changes. We can't do it in defense really, even though Norgard came in yesterday. We can't really do it in defense like we can do it in midfield or in attack. And so we got to make the most of that. Keep the players as fresh as possible for the nitty-gritty part of the season. And I think now Madueke is going to have a lot to say in terms of how we attack in the next few games. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of decisions Arteta now makes when he's got Saka and Madueke to choose from, because he hasn't really had that so far this season. It's always been, he had to play Madueke because Saka was out, and then, he had to play Saka because Madueke was out. So now I'm really excited to see how that whole thing works out. I mean, Madueke, could play on the left, but for me, he is a right-sided attacker. He's much more comfortable on that side. He can, cut in and take a shot like he done yesterday against Club Brugge. And yeah, so for me, it's just a great position to be in, and I wanted to come on here and give the guy his flowers, because a lot of people were not feeling that signing when it happened. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really get that, because for me, when I watched him in Chelsea, he was exactly that, a chaos merchant. Do you know what I mean? And he would just cause problems no end in the box, put you on the back foot, make defenders run back towards their goal, and all that kind of stuff creates opportunities for not just him, but for the other attackers. So Madueke coming into the team now, great time for him to be coming in. Do you know what I mean? Also, Jesus came back. Gyökeres played 60 minutes. Okay, he didn't have the best game, but it's good to see him getting, some more minutes under his belt. Hopefully he can get back into the rhythm. So overall, now our attack is really getting bolstered. If you see the video I made a few weeks ago talking about our attack getting scary, this is what I was talking about. Do you know what I mean? And now that they've all kind of had a bit of time to get a few minutes in their legs and stuff like that, I think now is when we're really going to start reaping the rewards of it. Do you know what I mean? It's time for our attackers to start firing again, because there's a little bit of, I don't know, they're a bit disjointed at times, and so sometimes you need somebody who's just going to do something off the cuff like Madueke and just change the game in a moment, which is what he done with not just his first goal, but then his header that kind of killed the game, really. Bruges thought they could come out in the second half and maybe go at us, but once he got that header, it was game, set and match, basically. So for me, Madueke is going to be a hugely important player. Don't get me wrong, Saka's my guy. But these are both my Nigerian brothers, do you know what I mean? And so it's so good to see them in the same team together. And these lot are friends as well, do you know what I mean? So they want each other to do well, and the support in the team, that is going to be something that is going to help carry us, during the rest of the season. The fact that the players really are there for each other, they really want each other to do good, and because if they're doing good, the team's doing good, everybody's happy, there's good vibes around the place, and that's what it's all about. So Madueke, for me, going to be really important moving through the next, couple of months of this league title campaign, Hopefully he can stay fit. That's the thing now. We need to make sure, like I said before, we need to make sure we're managing these minutes so we don't find ourselves in a position where one particular player is being overplayed. And also to give that unpredictability to our attack. Let teams be wondering who's going to start between Saka and Madueke. Do you know what I mean? For me, honestly, either one starting, I'm fine with. I love Saka. I love Madueke. I think they're both fantastic in different ways. So it's up to Arteta to utilize them both in the best way possible and make sure that we can kick on. And Martinelli scoring that goal, also super important. He's going to have a big part to play, obviously, with Trossard out. But for me, Madueke, especially with him being, a new player to the club, I just wanted to take a moment to say, well done, Madueke. Excellent performance yesterday. And that's the standard now. That's where we need to be as a baseline in terms of our attacking play. And you need to know that if you're not performing, my guys are sitting there on the bench waiting to come and take your place. So you better step up and you better do something when you're on the pitch. Because yo, that's gonna just help the team. Do you know what I mean? So for me, great team spirit now there needs to be fostered by Arteta. Manage the minutes well and give Madueke the license that he needs to go and express himself. He's one of those players that you just want to let them free. Go and play. Go do your thing. Go cause some chaos and go get some goals, get some assists. He maybe needs to work a little bit on the assist part of his game. You know, Saka definitely has the edge on him there, but that will come. That will come as he settles more into the team and works on, you know, his last ball in and things like that. But yeah, Madueke, fantastic performance yesterday. So keep it up. That's what we want to see. We want this competition for places. And moving into Wolves, I don't know who's going to start. I think Saka will probably start, but Madueke just got 2 goals. But that's what I mean. This is where we want to be as a fan base. This is where we want to be as a club. Players in form, in positions, competing with each other, pushing each other to be the best. That's what it's all about, you know? So come on, more of that, more of this. This needs to be, like I said, this should be a reset now. Having these couple of easier games, plus a break next week, midweek, to kind of get a few more players back, get them a bit more rested and things like that. But yeah, fantastic result yesterday. Fantastic performance, Madueke. Get your flowers, bro. I'm going to be on later doing a little bit of a preview, I think, for the big game on Saturday. Everton, that's what we got to turn our attention to now. But Madueke, big up, man. And you know what to do, people. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. I'll catch you all later. Have a great day, people. Peace. Bye.